Hello YouTube and welcome back to Psychology Every Day, day 43. Today I want to talk to you about Freud's defense mechanisms. Now there are 10, but we're only going to go through the 5 most important. But first I wanted to show you how nice my kitchen has become after, the separation and the ongoing divorce. It was quite a mess, but now I'm quite happy with how it turned out. Got some new paintings on the wall. Anyway, let's get to the, defense mechanisms. Originally, it was Sigmund Freud who, talked about them a lot in his clinical practice. However, he wasn't really super duper interested in them as much as his other ideas. So it was actually his daughter, Anna Freud, that took over the reins with the defense mechanisms and wrote and talked a lot about them and, evolved the idea. Here is one of her books, Anna Freud, The I or the Ego and its defense mechanisms. Good book, but very hard to read. Wouldn't recommend at all, actually, because it was quite a pain to get through. But I read it for you, so you don't have to. So let's have a look. Here is the 5 most important ones, and this is very sort of still relevant, very much so, and will always be relevant as long as psychology exists. This is a very hard-hitting theory, and there's a lot of credence to it. I don't know the English word. Anyway, so the first one is repression. I'm actually going to just turn this camera around. Hold on. So the first one is repression, which, means basically shove it down, ignore it until it goes away. And, talking about defense mechanisms in the Freudian thinking is sort of a battle between you and your inner id, as it's called, or the it, which is basically your impulses and your drives, which might be not fitting to, society or in your life. So it might be, of course, Freud talked a lot about sexual urges. So if you, repress them, shove them down, ignore them until they go away, this is a defense mechanism that you will use against your inner self. However, it doesn't work. It never goes away. The next one is regression. This is sort of, if you're hurting inside, perhaps, or you have some trauma or whatever, you load an earlier version of yourself that worked. So if a child that is, 7 years old is, not having a good time at all, that child might regress to how they were when they were younger, so 3 to 5, if they had a better time then. They loaded an earlier version that worked, and grown-ups can do this as well. It's very, 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 very common in breakups that a person regresses to who they were before the breakup because they felt a lot better then. Some also get stuck in how they are when they are like 20 because it's the peak of their life. Sad, but true. Projection, it's not me, it's you. And it's basically, there's different kinds of projection, but if you go by the classical theory, the old one, it's basically that if you yourself have some sort of, urge or thing that you do that you yourself find irredeemable and acceptable, you're gonna start saying, talking about how other people do that very same thing. So if you are, let's say you're a person that gossips a lot, right? But you hate that you gossip. So not only you either, stop doing it or don't stop doing it, but it annoys you very much and you call other people gossipers when it is really you. So let's get to the next one. There are 5 in total and they're quite easy to remember, I think. No good acronym today, but you have reaction formation, and that is, acting the opposite way that your inner drives, that's funny, id actually stands for inner drives, if you think of it as an acronym. What they want, often exaggerated. So say you're in a marriage or a relationship and you get turned on by or fall in love with someone else. An example is that you then show immense love and reassurance to your partner, even though that is not at all what you feel. Might also be that the person that you're falling in love with, that you're acting very hostile towards them. Sublimation, take it out on the bag. So say you have a lot of inner rage or whatever, and you just want to smack people a healthy way. This is a good defense mechanism. And that is, turning that energy into something positive. And that's basically the only good one of the 5. Repression, regression, projection, reaction formation, and sublimation. But what do we have here? This is perhaps the most important thing. Let's see. Oh, have a great day, everyone. And I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.